Alright guys, today is the day we're going to be installing the end tank on my Q50. Hit the intro. Welcome everybody back to Boost in Motion, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Thank you. Welcome everybody back to Boost in Motion, guys, and today we're going to be installing the AMS fender tank on my Q50. But guys, before I get into the video, once again, thank you. I appreciate you guys for watching all my videos, liking and commenting. That's been helping me out so much. But anyways, this is going to be a DIY for you guys to install this on your own. Hopefully this is a successful install, but I'm going to try to be as thorough as I can. So let's move forward. Now, I've told you guys plenty of times, try to pick a good work area and a good workspace. You guys know I work in the street, so I still try to make sure that I do it safe and do it properly. So you can see the coolant back there. Jack stand. You need to have the car lift up. You got to be able to take off the wheel. Now, I'm only going off by as per AMS. We're gonna have to start removing the splash guards. This needs to be removed. So you're gonna have to remove these nuts, clips, bolts, whatever is holding these splash guards in. This splash guard and this splash guard need to be removed. All right, this is gonna allow us to have access to the coolant hoses that's gonna be over here in this corner. And this is going to allow us to slide the fender tank in between here. Let me see if I can fix the lighting. Put it back behind here. Everything's going to be behind here. So let me just get started. I'm not going to really go through this part because you just got to get a flat head for some of the screws and everything like that. So let's move forward. So now take a look. So this is the water pump that comes on the Luxe and the regular silver sports that are not optioned up with the sport packaging and everything like that. Now this hose is what we're going to have to disconnect with this metal pipe. This hose comes from the heat exchanger outlet and goes back up to the heat exchangers, air to water heat exchangers and or intercoolers up there. This is the ECU and everything like that. Now I'm just gonna briefly say what I hope to do. I'm gonna save this part for the ass end. I'm gonna install the tank first because that's the hard part to me. I'm gonna have to end up clipping off here and stopping this, and I can pop the hood up here and I could clip off here. This will stop the coolant from flowing, so I won't have minimal coolant loss. A lot of people are gonna say boost, but AMS states in their video that you open it and you just let the coolant drain. I'm not doing that. I don't have an airlift system, so I'm gonna try to do this as best as I can as a pretty much a refill tank video. So hopefully this is successful. But take a look, everything is cleared out, and we're gonna start working on finding these holes and drilling what I need to drill. Now, removing the splash guard was pretty easy, but what I would just say to let you guys know, there'll be a 10mm bolt at the bottom that you're gonna have to unscrew. And also there'll be a little clip over here with the splash guard. This side was pretty easy itself. It was only like 3 clips, and the ones that come up here, these clips up here, and I've just folded it down. I didn't feel like taking it all off because I only need access to right here. Now guys, there's gonna be 2 holes you're gonna have to pretty much punch out. All right, I want you guys to know that. So the first hole is gonna have to be this camera is autofocus in the wrong way. It's gonna be that hole right here. It's like a textured hole. You can actually poke a hole through it, but you just need to poke a hole through it, and that's what's gonna allow you to bolt up the end tank through the door jamb. The second hole is gonna be down here, right here. This is also another hole you can poke through with some styrofoam or whatever this is that's in the way. You're gonna be poke that one through and bolt it up here. The third hole is going to be this one. This is the one you have to drill out a little wider so you can put the rivet bolt, I believe, or the rivet head or whatever the case might be. But I have a unique way that I'm going to try my best because I don't have a rivet gun. So yeah, this is going to be a completely different video, and it's my first time trying it. So guys, if you made this part already, hang there, watch a little bit more, and then hit the like button. All right, so let's move forward. Now, as per AMS, I'm trying to go follow the steps as much. you want to start threading in these Allen key bolts into their specific spots. So the smaller one goes here. You can hand tighten it first, pretty simple, hand tighten it, or what you can do is you're gonna need an Allen key set. I do notice that they didn't include an Allen key set here, which is fine, AMS. Don't worry about it. It's okay. I'm not too upset about it or anything like that. So I don't know if it's a specific size, but just pick up an Allen key set and you're gonna start tightening this in. And also the second one is the same way. This one at the bottom here with a bigger Allen key bolt or whatever you would call it. So I'm just gonna tighten these up real quick with the Allen key, and let me just move it to the next part. Now, this is where you're gonna need the 7/16 drill bit. You're gonna need to drill out this hole because you're gonna have to be able to slide this, I keep forgetting what this is, pretty much jam nut or whatever in there. So you're gonna need a 7/16 bit, and then if you can, try your best to get a rivet gun. But if you can, I'm gonna try my own method, but I'm just gonna briefly take my 7/16, drill this out. I'm not even gonna show it on video because there's no point. You guys know how to drill something, okay? But anyways, let me move forward and let me see how far I got. All right, guys, so I picked up this trick off of YouTube. Now that I drilled out the hole, right, to 7/16, what you have to do is get a M8 longer bolt, pretty much a longer M8 bolt, and you have to get a matching nut and a washer. Now, if you have the gun pretty much squeezes and collapses this inside, right? But because I don't have the gun, I'm gonna try this just with pretty much the nut and the washer. It's not much room for me to do it. This is why the what you call it so much more easier at doing this. Let me see. All right, so that didn't work at all. So I would recommend, guys, actually purchasing that tool. But you know what I'm probably gonna do, because I'm not gonna go get the tool. I'm probably just gonna drill a hole into the bracket of the AMS unit, and I'm gonna use that same screw and drill right into the metal. Don't recommend doing this at all on your car. Do it the way AMS told you guys to do it, but I'm gonna do it my way because I don't want to go get a tool. And because you're still gonna be bolting up the back of the support to the back part, I'm gonna say I'm gonna be fine. You guys are not gonna be fine because you need this bracket here so that the unit will be bolted up on a tripod. Have 3 points of contact. If you only have 2 points, it still could flop around. Now what I want you guys to do is tie both ends. I measured out the holes just to make sure that I have enough length to reach the other connection hoses on the car. But also on top of that, I used the worm clamps and I clamped them down. You can use a flathead, or you can use, I believe it was like an 8mm socket, but you know, if you got a tool set, it'll be easy, and I'll tighten them down. Now I want to show you guys the hole that you're gonna have to install these nuts onto. If you can either try to do it through here, but there's not much room. You can see it right there, or you can slightly open the door here, and let me see if I can get it to zoom in for you guys. Yeah, boom, got the flash now. Now you guys should be able to see it. See it? See it now? See, look, that little hole is gonna be there, and there's gonna be one down here too, right here. Let me just put the camera flash on it, and hopefully the camera fixes it up. It's really hard, but there's another hole here. So you could do it through the door jamb of the car. It's not too hard to do if you really want to do it. So I'm not gonna do that part in the video. I'm just gonna fast forward, and I'm gonna try to get it in. All right, everybody, so I finally bolted it up. I would say that this was actually a bit tedious. Reason being is you don't really have enough space over here because you don't want to scratch up your door. And if you try to use an extension on the other end of the door to try to get between, there's barely any space. So I would always recommend maybe put some cloth in here so you don't scratch it up. But I had to use the open-ended wrench to close down. This nut down here was a 17. The one up here was a 13mm open-ended wrench I had to use to close them out. Now, it is in, but I am gonna still run into this issue because if you don't secure this, this is what's gonna happen. Take a listen. I need that one to secure. So I'm gonna figure this out a little later. I'm gonna start by unclipping this. So get this out. I'm gonna probably clamp it somewhere right around here. This is gonna prevent the fluid from coming up, draining out from the heat exchanger. And this part is from the coolant, the intercoolers, the air water heater coolers on top of the motor. I'm gonna probably have to clamp that. So let me just move forward and just. All right, guys. So take a gander. This is the line that goes down, and it goes down all the way down there. So I'm probably gonna clamp it right here, nice and hard, so I don't lose no coolant from the heat exchangers. And then I'm gonna slip off that hose. It looks like it's gonna be kind of tight to get that hose off. I have to release that clamp right here to be able to get that out. And it does look like there is a bracket there too, holding that in. But we're gonna see what we can do. But it does look, yeah, it looks like there's a bracket holding it in right there. I would have to remove maybe that 10mm bolt right here to get that bracket off. That's what it looks like. Yeah, that's what it looks like. But yeah, that's gonna be the last thing I'm gonna do. So yeah, let's start clamping. So pretty much, because I don't have any clamps, you have to use needle, they're called pinching clamps or tools. So there's something called like a pinch vise, and it will come with a flathead, but I can't find any parts stores around here that I can purchase that from. I already went and looked, and also ordering online just takes so long. So what I just came up with 2 plates, and I'm going to clamp that down with the vice grip. As per AMS, they want you to remove this part. What I'm going to actually do is, because I clamped off the top, what I'm going to do is now clamp off the bottom too, and I'm going to keep this in place. What I'm going to do is reuse this and spiral and just use this, because I don't want to take off this bracket. There's like a little screw here and everything. It looks like it may be a lot of trouble just to remove it, and I'd rather not go that far. So I'm going to do that. So let me fast forward. I'm going to have to switch cameras. All right, so I want to show you guys my chaos. I use my BC Racing spanners to block that off. I already told you I have this blocked off, or whatever the case might be. I already started putting the collar in, so I just want to show you guys how I'm going to route it. So this is going to be the inlet of the bottom of the tank. That's where it's supposed to go into. I'm going to start pre-filling that, and I'm going to connect it to this hose. I'm going to reuse this collar. Maybe I'll swap out the clamp. I don't know yet. And I'm going to connect that part there. That's what's going to go into there. It's going to go that way. And then this next one, I routed it this way, and I gave it a curve to go that way and go up. I'm gonna already put a clamp there, and I'm gonna reuse this because I don't feel like removing all of that. Yes, AMS, you're probably watching the video and saying, man, Boost is lazy. I know, I'm all messing up your installation process. I'm just trying to make it a little easier for myself. You guys can do it the way as per AMS does it in their installation, so I'm just doing the way I'm doing it, all right? So I'm gonna give this a shot. Hopefully I don't lose much coolant. I'm a bit nervous, and I'm trying to see how much I can pre-fill before, because I don't want to fill it up too much, because if I fill it up too much, when I try to connect here, the coolant's just going to be falling out, and then this is going to be messy. It's going to be messy regardless. Or if I try to connect here, if I pre-fill this too much, the coolant is just going to literally fall out and then fall into there. So I'm a bit nervous. I don't have any way to hold the video, but if it goes bad, I'm just going to record it and let you guys know how bad it turned out. All right, so this is where I'm at now. I got the inlet connected to here. I actually didn't lose too much because I clamped it off really good, but I'm gonna have to unclamp it. I'm gonna reuse this clamp because it's pretty good. And plus I don't feel like trying to lose any more coolant just trying to replace it. Because this line is already so much fluid in this line already, whatever the case might be. Now, you can see right here, I'm not losing any fluid. Only a little bit came out, like a little bit, and that's it. This one's fully capped off, so that's a good thing. I really wish that they gave like a stopper or something. That would be pretty good if like AMS or any one of these companies make a stopper just to help you plug a lot of these lines so you don't lose coolant, or at least only a little bit. So I'm gonna move this clamp up. This clamp is already tight. I'm gonna start pushing it in the corner as it needs to be. Now this one that connects to this, I'm gonna have to bring this one down. I'm gonna see if I can still try to fill up more into the tank through this funnel, like a funnel, but I'm gonna have it more up, you know, with gravity and everything like that. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna have to cap this off at the end because it's gonna have so much coolant in it. I'm gonna bring it down, cap it off, then I'm gonna connect it back, and then uncap it, or I'll take the vice grips off of it, and then just pretty much reopen everything. But yeah, let me just get started. So I pushed this hose back here because it's actually two places it could be held, here and here. So I'm just gonna push that one back here. I'm gonna start siphoning this one in, and yeah, move forward. All right, quick update. So I used the vice grip. I bent the coolant hose sideways, and I use the vice grips to lock it off. Now I'm gonna connect this part to this pipe and then put it back into there. Yes, guys, this is pretty messy, but I filled this up as much as I can. I hope I got all the coolant out as much as I can. Same thing for the other coolant line hose. So let's connect this part and start wiping stuff down, because once it's connected, we're pretty much finished for today. I'm gonna possibly try to do Cadro Technologies pretty much way to burp the heat exchanger system, but it might be a little bit messy. But I'm still gonna head to my friend's shop in the later part, in the later video, to pretty much bleed everything. But in this case, I really didn't lose much coolant. I just don't know if I try my best to fill up this as much as I can. So let's move forward. All right, so take a look, guys. So I'm gonna briefly show you guys what I did. Now, I kept the same metal pipe that AMS said remove, and I'm reusing both of these holes. Now, this hose comes from the outlet of the tank, and that goes up and it comes over here, right? So this is the outlet of the tank. The inlet is supposed to be down here, and that hose, let me see if I can clear up the camera, that hose runs and it taps into the hose that comes down up from up here. I reuse this, rather than just use one, I use both sides, and I reused the clamp that already came with it because I just didn't want to. But I'm gonna just turn it on and make sure it's not leaking and everything like that. And then it goes up from here and it runs along this side. I did use a zip tie here to hold it in on this side, and there's like another zip tie up here. But yep, now you guys, I barely lost any fluid. I already showed you guys I did this. You have to do what you gotta do. But I'm gonna try what Cadro said. In his videos, he stated that put a rag under here and slightly open this and let the car run, and just have the rag catch all the fluid. So I'm gonna give that a shot, but not too much, because I don't want a bunch of fluid or coolant running out, if you know what I mean. So yep, let's move forward. All right, so I did what he did. I revved the car about a few times, like the last 5 minutes, held it at 2,000, held it at 3 and 4,000. Now, if I let this back this out, coolant should immediately come out from the top. So let me back it up a little bit. Coolant should start coming out, or trying to come out, right from the top. Let's see. Right here. Yeah, coolant's okay. It's pressurized. It's pressurized. So right now it should be safe to drive. We still drive the car and everything, but okay, that's good. I didn't top this off at all because I'm not going to. I'm still going to have the airlift, have my friend bleed the system with the airlift. But yep, as of right now, everything's complete. Let me start piecing everything together. I'm still going to have to get a screw for that and figure that out, but I'm going to figure that out somehow, some way. So what I'm doing right now is I drilled a little pilot hole to the side. I'm gonna use a smaller screw with a washer, and I'm gonna drill right into it. And that's gonna hold it. Yep, that's how I'm gonna do it. So now I want you guys to take a look. So pretty much I made that little hole to the side, a pilot hole, found a screw that's big enough, and I used a nut as pretty much as a washer, and I drilled right into it nice and slow. So it ain't going anywhere, it ain't sliding around. I've been trying to move it and tap it around. It's pretty much good in there. So this is my way of going around the whole drilling thing, putting the rivet thing in. I'm not telling you guys to do this, but this is what I did. So I'm gonna put this splash guard back, and we are going to be finished. Yeah. So all right, guys, that's it. But let me just give you guys some PSAs. Because I did run into a few different issues. Number one, I gotta say, is don't pre-fill the tank before you install it. I made that mistake. I thought it would be cool, but the tank could hold almost 2 gallons of fluid, and it's very hard to hold this big 2-gallon canister and try to find these little 2 holes, guys, if you know what I mean. But definitely don't do that. All right. Number two, as I continue to go with the installation, I continue to pre-fill. So before I connected the tank's hoses to the car's hoses, whatever the case might be, I started pre-filling, and what I would do is just pinch them off with a vice grip or something to make sure they don't, the fluid don't run out, and try to keep the hoses propped up. So like I use like the hood fender liner just to keep it from overflowing, because if it goes too low, the fluid will come out. Once I had got all the hoses connected that was in the wheel well, the one that I connected, once it was connected, right before I bledded the system a little bit, or at least opened it up, just to let the air get on everything. What I did was I took off that hose and I actually poured fluid down that hose too, because remember, when we disconnected that metal pipe or whatever, we opened it up, all the fluid clamp went away. So when you reconnected it, now there's a big air bubble. So I chose to just take that hose off, fill it with coolant, and then connected it back. That's why when I tried to burp the system, or did what K-Drill Technologies told me to do, it was pressurized already, because the heat exchanger didn't lose any fluid. It's just that hose pretty much clamp was empty, and that's when I just filled that up with fluid. So yeah guys, I'm not saying that this is the best method to do, because some people are going to say, yo, use the airlift, make sure you do it properly, because you did it real ghetto. Listen guys, you gotta do what you gotta do when you're limited with tools. I think down the line I'm definitely gonna do the little whatever that specific worm, or what was it called again, I can't even remember, but that little threading or whatever I was gonna put into that hole that I drilled into. I'm probably gonna do that later, just that I have the tool. And the hole's drilled out. All I have to do is take out the screw that I have in there and then prop that in and then get it done. It's just that I don't want to do that now because I just don't want to. But otherwise, that is what I recommend you guys do. Drive the car, see how it feels. Just double check, make sure that the little reservoir doesn't go down too low. Check back for leaks. I haven't data logged the car yet, but I'm just driving. I just drove around just to see, to make sure it's cool, that there's no leaks. But I highly doubt I'm gonna have really any issue. And finally, you guys gonna ask, well, how much coolant did you use? Well, I had 2 gallons of coolant, and I have some left. So, and even though I did spill some too, so there is probably air bubble in the system, but it's probably not as big as you think, or anything that would hinder performance. But I'm gonna get the car on the airlift, and we're gonna try that way and everything like that. But otherwise than that, guys, if you enjoyed this video, you already know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe with the bell notification. Also, top of that, you already know, Boost in Motion merch below. I changed up the prices and some of the brands so to be more affordable. Boost on the budget in motion. But otherwise than that, guys, you have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. You know where to contact me already. So see you guys soon. See you in the next video. Thank you everybody for watching. Do appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much. You can also check out the 2 links I posted for some of my other videos. Also, on top of that, if you want to purchase some Boost in Motion merch, definitely check the link that I posted also. And finally, if you've been watching all my videos and you enjoy them, please hit the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.